What's going on, everybody? We have Cody Neer here from eCommerce Brand Academy out of Tampa, Florida. Cody, what's going on? What is it that you actually do, and how do you generate revenue?
Hey, what's up, everybody? So I sell physical products, leveraging Shopify, Facebook ads, Google, Bing, ClickFunnels. Simple as that. E-commerce, selling products online.
Awesome. Now, Cody, I know you from the past. Do you have an actual, I'm assuming you have an actual course, so do you have an education side to it?
Yeah, so the Brand Academy consists of 19 courses that cover everything from Facebook ads to Google, Bing, Pinterest, Etsy, eBay, Amazon, literally everything it takes to sell a product online.
So is the company a whole, like eCommerce Brand Academy, is that your physical Shopify stores plus your whole education department?
No, so my Shopify stores are separate. So I have an entity that runs all my e-commerce businesses, and then I run my education info business, eCommerce Brand Academy.
Got you. So that's what this is. Just want to make sure all the viewers are on the same page. Cool. So this is the education side to your business, where essentially you teach people how to get success like you've had running in the e-com space, right?
Exactly.
Love it. Love it. And who's your ideal avatar, like your perfect client? Who are these people? If you can put them into like a bucket, who would they be?
Yeah. Typical brand owners who sell physical products online, who have a brand presence, who spend money on advertising, understand their sourcing. They have a product where they're sourcing it. They understand their margins and their numbers very well, and they understand the actual impact that their product makes on their customer. Typically trying to figure it out along the way, or figure out how to drop ship from here, or finding random winning products. That's not our model. It's typically really good brands that have products that are in a niche that make an impact.
Got you. So would you say that most of the people who are using or buying your courses, are they doing it for their own company, or are they doing it to like resell and offer like digital marketing services and stuff like that?
Yeah, so we have, it's about a split. So some people take our programs to understand how to better serve their clients in the e-commerce space. So like agency owners, but then you have actual brands and actual brands employees that we have. So we actually have an actual program where we pitch brands employees to come through a program where we take them through the entire academy. If say they onboard a new employee, we take them through the entire academy so they have a really good understanding of what their brand's expectations are from an e-commerce business standpoint.
Awesome. And how many team members do you have today, and what's a breakdown of those guys?
Yeah, so we have roughly 9, and it's everybody from product sourcing to accounts receivables, to Facebook ads experts, to funnel builders, to order fulfillment and customer service, and obviously myself, which the quarterback.
Awesome. And I know obviously COVID is going on. Is this all in-house, or is everybody working remote right now?
So everyone's remote, and luckily we were pre-COVID, we were a remote team already. So now it's just the norm.
Love it, man. Love it, man. And I know you're in the education space, so me asking you how many active clients might be a little off, because in the education space, people come buy a course and then they're gone, right?
Right.
How many people have actually taken your education products? Like how many actual clients do you have?
So throughout the entire academy, we've had 3,111 students come through the entire academy. What that means is they've either purchased one course or they've purchased the entire academy. So at some time they've done everything or one of the individualized courses.
How long have you been open for? How long was that?
It's about 18 months. We're about a year and a half in.
I love it. Love it. And as far as like, your following, so let's talk about like, maybe you guys have a YouTube channel, you guys have an email list, you have a Facebook page, maybe Facebook group, whatever it is. If you could take all those people and put together, how large do you think your audience is?
We're right below 1 million people of active, engaged audiences across pages, groups, YouTube, Instagram. And then we have an omni-channel, which is part of our email and everything else.
Got you. And what does your actual pricing model look like? So let's say I come in, I find you on YouTube, I'm watching one of your YouTube videos, I hit your landing page. What am I getting hit with first? What does your pricing model look like? And also talk to me about maybe the pricing model, how it connects to like a value ladder, maybe on the back end. Are you going, $17 tripwire and then bringing them up into the full-blown academy? How does that work on your end?
Yeah, so understanding our academy has 19 programs in it. Those programs are individualized based on marketing channel or marketplace. So our advertisements and our YouTube and our Instagram and all of our front end products are individualized, and I should say front end content is individualized based on the channel. So if someone sees a Facebook ad, if they see an Instagram e-com ad, if they see how to do Amazon, they come in and they'll actually get essentially pitched or sold on that exact program. When they buy that one program, they would then get pitched, hey, order bump, upsell. You can get the entire academy for a one-time offer. And then from there, once they get inside the academy, we have a coaching program, which is our next step up. And then from there, we have a yearly mastermind. So it's really incremental. Individual course,
really
the entire
quick.
academy.
What? Let's say I come and I buy an Instagram course. Roughly, how much is that course?
So it's around $300, $297,
Cool.
and then they go to the full academy, which is around $1,000. So it's literally a no-brainer. You go from one course is 300 to 19 courses for $1,000. It's a no-brainer upsell.
They get the whole suite for $1,000, and then let's say I'm like, Cody, I'm loving your courses. I want to work a little bit closer with you. What's your higher level coaching program?
Yeah, so we have two packages. We have one at $3,500, one at $7,500, and then after $7,500, we have a year-long mastermind.
Got you. And how much is that year-long mastermind? If I want
$15,000 for the year-long mastermind.
Love it, man. Love it. And if you could, a lot of these people a lot of our audience, the people who are going to be watching and viewing this, they're entrepreneurs, right? They want to know usually what that one thing is that made most companies successful, right? So if you can think about what you've done in the last 18 months, if you can pinpoint one thing, what was the biggest needle mover for you? What was that one thing that you were like, holy shit, this campaign was crazy, or doing it this way was exponential growth for us? What was that one thing?
Yeah, so I think that question is a good question because it unpacks very well. So in my opinion, there's two things that kind of go hand in hand. Number one is systems, processes, procedures, SOPs, the cliche saying of you got to be able to replicate what you're doing, right? But if I even break it down simpler than that, the moment I realized that if I just take a product, put it inside a funnel and run an ad to it and make sales, everything else would take care of itself. I didn't worry about the fulfillment and process SOPs. Did I write the copyright? Is the image perfect? None of that shit really matters. If I just put an ad out there and run ads, sales are going to occur and all the other stuff will come in on the back end.
I think people get really confused nowadays. They try to set up crazy back end stuff and the front end isn't even set up yet, right? They're not running any tests. Are you also testing your offers to see kind of what's working? Or are you creating the course and then selling it? Or are you trying to sell it, get some feedback, and then create the course after?
Yeah, so typically what I do is I sell the program first and then I put the program together based on what I understand what I sold, right? Gotcha. If I sell something or put it out there in the marketplace and no one's interested in it, then I realize there's no reason for me to build it. So I'm a thorough believer in, sell before you build when it comes to an information product.
Understood. And what would be the most, we're in 2020 now. What do you think is the most successful automation that you have right now that either saves you the most time or makes you the most money? One or the other?
Yeah. So email automation between individuals when they hit an ad to when they get a follow-up email to when they register and rewatch the video. So anytime I'm selling something, the entire automation between the time they see the ad and the time they actually see my offer, I'm trying to automate the whole process between ad and offer. And then all the touch points in between that, because the only thing that matters is if they see the actual offer.
Yeah. And what are you using for that? Is it ClickFunnels? Or are you using the back end of ClickFunnels for that?
Yeah. So it's a combination of ClickFunnels and ActiveCamp. Yeah. ClickFunnels and ActiveCampaign combination.
Cool. Yep. And I'm going to ask you the next question, but this might tie back into it. What CRM system are you using? Is it ActiveCampaign?
ActiveCampaign for all my sales and deals. Yep.
Gotcha. And what does your sales process look like? Is it low touch where people are just coming in, buying courses, and then maybe there's literally that whole thing is automated until they actually need to jump into a higher level coaching program, and that involves a person coming in?
Yeah. So typically it's the course, the full academy. And once they hit the full academy and they're in there for a certain period of time, and then we'll have a touch point where we're trying to get them into the coaching. Typically that ranges from about 30 to 45 days. So we're not going to hit you up with, hey, you should join our coaching programs until you're in for 30 to 45 days. We've seen you're actively in there going through it, because otherwise you don't know the content. You don't know, you don't have a problem that we can solve yet.
And that's outreach, right? You're outreaching. What are you doing for that? I see a lot of people DMing, they're doing cold calls. What are you doing there?
Yeah, so we have an application. So we'll do emails and ads at that point, and then we're essentially asking them to fill out an application. The application comes to the sales guy. Sales guy schedules a phone call. Phone call ends up just, going through a typical sales cycle.
Got you. And let's talk about ads real quick, because it seems like you're doing a lot of ads, right? What are you doing with all the people who don't buy your product? People hit your landing pages, maybe watch your free webinars, whatever it is. What are you doing with those guys? What's your retargeting look like?
Yeah, so I have a content strategy strictly only to build who I am, what I do, what we do, our value. It's typically, if they're not buying, it's because they don't understand the value of what I offer. So the whole piece of a non-buyer is to educate them on what kind of value we can give them, whether it be through YouTube, Facebook ads, email, Facebook groups.
So they're
The whole
getting
thing.
hit with ads again, though. It's you're going at them
From
with ads.
ads, email, and YouTube videos. Correct.
Awesome, man. And for your brand, how much revenue have you guys generated in the last 12 months?
In the last 12 months, I think we're at 1.4 million
That's
in the
great.
last 12 months, and that's information only. And typically, an average month has been right in that 60 to 70,000 mark. So you can see where
I mean, that's
some months
awesome
are
for
better.
education because, education obviously is a larger spread versus you selling like services, and you need physical people to come
Right,
running in there, right?
right.
Okay, that's awesome. And where do you see yourself at in 12 months from today? What's a realistic goal that you think you can hit?
So from a revenue standpoint, my goal is to get to where we're consistently doing over 100,000 a month. That's I'm going by month. So I'm trying to get my monthly average up to 100 grand.
Got you. And if you peel your whole business back and you look at it from like a 10,000 foot view, what do you actually need to do in order to hit that revenue goal? Is there like
Yeah,
specific things that you see that are just not working and you need to optimize? What are those things?
Yeah, so we've put something on our board. It's typically we just need number of leads. So leads to phone calls booked for sales calls,
Yeah.
to calls to sales closed. We simplify it
Do you
as
know
simple as
the
that.
actual numbers? So let's say, us marketers, we get super analytical, especially me. Obviously, when we're running campaigns for DashClicks, right? Do you know what the numbers look like? Where it's like, okay, I know that if I can get 1,000 people to hit my landing page, I know that I'll have a 20% opt-in rate to watch my maybe free webinar. Then I know that the people who watch my webinar, out of those, 200 people as an example, 50 people might fill out or 50 people might buy my first level product for $297 and then go and then maybe get to a higher ticket. Do you know those numbers? And if you do, I'd be curious to know what those are.
Yeah, so our goal is to get 20 true applications a day. So if you do 20 times 30, I mean, we're just trying to get 20 applications a day. Of the 20 applications, we're trying to work on our calls actually show up, like people who show up on the call. We're trying to get that at 50% right now of people who show up on the call. We're trying to get that obviously better.
Let me jump in and say something because you just said something that's really powerful. Most people, and we at DashClicks deal with a lot of agency owners every single day, right? What I get is people having issues with no-show rates, right? People filling out an application. We have it also at DashClicks. I think our average show-up rate is we get it up to like 60%, right? For those of you guys who are struggling with that, just a little piece of advice that I can give you is try to give them something for free. What we realized that bumped up our percentage going from, I think we were at like 45% and then we got up to 60%, is we just recently added a little mini course for them that we only give them at the end of the phone call. So we give them a little free piece of information or a free little mini course, and they show up to the call, and then obviously that skyrockets everything else down the road. So, and also something you could throw in your agency, give them a free video, give them something for free to make sure they show up to the call.
Yeah, I love it. We're going to have to try that, implement
And
that.
one other cool thing, and I'm going to share it with you anyways, voice drop. So we set up a Zap. Anytime they schedule a call, our applications are done through Calendly, right? So they'll fill out account, they'll schedule a time, and then they go through the application right there in Calendly. We just ask them a series of questions. What we do is we have a Zap doing from Drop Cowboy 1 hour in advance. We send them a Zapier with a pre-recorded message. And that's a voice drop that says, hey, it's Chad calling from DashClicks. Just wanted to give you a heads up. Your call is literally within the next hour. Just try to make sure you buy a computer, make sure you get this. And by the way, at the end of the call, we're also going to give you the freebie, whatever it is. And you drop that freebie in there. We have that. Then we have in Calendly, we have 3 emails, 24 hours, 1 hour, and 5 minutes before the call. And the same sequence with SMS messages as well, done through Calendly. That put together, all that stuff has increased our show-up rate.
Yeah, we have a very similar setup, and it's a very, very similar model. We haven't done voice drop yet, but we
It's
actually
something new. We
actually
just did
have
it.
we do have an hour before the call. We have a call service that we actually hire, and they actually physically call and say, hey,
That's good too.
we're not going to be the ones on the call, but we just want to confirm you're going to be there.
That's awesome too. And is that like a third-party service that you use for that?
Yeah, it's a third-party service. I can't remember the name, but they're out of North Carolina.
That's pretty cool.
They're 24 hours a day though, because our sales calls are around the clock. We have 24-hour sales calls. So
amazing, man. All right, let's if you could give one tip to a brand new business owner that would save them the most time in their business, just shave off years of their business, what would that one tip be?
Fastest way to scale and get more people in front of your business is make sales via ads.
Via
So
ads.
all the organic and all that other stuff, if you're not running ads and getting, it's just a laws of average game, in my opinion. I mean, you can refine your process if you have more people, but if you only have 10 people, you only have 10 people. So if you got 100, you can be really bad and still do well.
I'm going to ask you a question. I think I know what the answer is, but you're going to tell me regardless. What's a favorite software tool that you use in your agency? Is it ActiveCampaign?
Actually, my favorite is Wave Apps, where I can actually get people to pay the bills.
All right. Well, yeah, you guys heard it first, guys. Cody Neer, all the way out of Tampa, Florida, eCommerce Brand Academy. Cody, thank you so much for coming on, brother, and we look forward to having you on in the near future.
Appreciate you, Chad.
Have a good one, man. Bye-bye.
See you, buddy.